Hey guys, it's Nicole with Healthy Steps Nutrition. First, I want to welcome you to the Healthy Steps Nutrition program, and I'm looking forward to getting you through training so we can get your nutrition program up and running at your box. I want to spend the first 5 or so minutes talking a little bit about my background story and how I am in the position that I am today. Growing up, I knew nutrition was really important. My mom was a dentist, and we had to stay away from sugar because she told us all the time that it rotted our teeth. When I was 13 years old, my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer, and we did the chemo, radiation, surgery route the first time. A few years later, she got diagnosed with bone cancer, and we completely changed our diet. We went the alternative route. The doctors gave her like 6 months to live, and she ended up living for a lot longer than that. I knew nutrition was important at that time, but I didn't really know what you could do with it. So I went to University of Florida. At the same time, I was cheering for competitively, and went to University of Florida, started cheering there. They thought some of us had eating disorders, and we did. We definitely had disordered eating habits. We ended up going all to a dietitian, and I left that office knowing exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to teach people about nutrition and lifestyle changes and disease prevention. I knew, going back to my mom, I knew nutrition played a lot of part of her living a lot longer than the doctor said that she would, and I wanted to be able to share that with other people. So spent the next 6 years going to school to become a dietitian. After I graduated, started working in a private practice down in Gainesville, Florida, and realized that probably wasn't the best option to start off with. I needed some clinical experience. I wanted to get more comfortable with all the disease states working in a hospital setting. I started working down in South Florida, and although it was a great experience, really my passion was disease prevention, not once we already had the diseases and people, there wasn't as much impact there. So I started my private practice slowly while I was still full-time at the hospital. Eventually got to the point where I was busy at the private practice that I could cut back my hours at the hospital, and now I'll be cutting back those hours to none at the hospital soon. So that's really my background story and how Healthy Steps Nutrition came into place. When I moved down to South Florida, I transferred to a CrossFit, and I didn't really know many people down here. So I started making friends at the CrossFit, ended up meeting my husband there. When people found out that I was a dietitian, they started asking me all these nutrition questions. What should I eat before I work out? What should I eat after I work out? Is coffee bad? Is sugar bad? What's good and bad? And a lot of the coaches at the boxes were just sending the people my way because they weren't really sure. What to tell people and what was their scope of practice in Florida. So I started doing nutrition seminars at CrossFits all over South Florida. That turned into me doing nutrition challenges all over South Florida. And then we started doing coaches trainings about that same time as when Sam from CrossFit Port Orange had asked me if I could make up a program for her that mocked what I do down here with my clients so that she could do it up at her box. I spent about 6 months trying to figure out exactly how I was going to do it, how I was going to systemize everything that I do down here so that she couldn't mess it up in Port Orange. She started doing really great. She started making a huge impact in the community. She started seeing clients that weren't members of her box, and she's done really well. And I think it was January of this year, Chris Cooper had asked me, do you think that we can expand this program to other boxes? And I had already systemized everything with Sam. It just was the part of me doing the training. So we started doing webinars online, and they were good, but I think it was tough for a lot of people to be able to sit down midday for an hour and a half and get through these webinars when I was only offering them every other week. So now we're at this point. The training's converted to online, and hope you guys enjoy.